Welcome back. The Egyptian tourism sector used to generate the equivalent of 11 or 8 billion euros a year, which is about 11% of Egypt's GDP. Egyptian tourism is in deep decline because of the current political unrest here in Egypt. And joining us this morning to shed more light on the latest in this sector is our dear guest, Mr. Ahmed Moussa, tourism expert. Thank you so much, sir, for being with us.
Thank you.
Hello, Mr. Ahmed, and we start with to what extent the recent developments taking place here in Egypt after the 30th of June revolution is affecting the tourism sector?
The 30th of June was a great day for the whole Egyptian. Of course, on the other hand, it affected tourism, but this is for the current situation only, I believe so. Egypt is willing to recover all this in the near future with the new government, with the freedom we get it back. That will affect definitely the tourism back. At the current situation, we know that a lot of European countries, United States, are against what has been happened out of the politics issue. Egypt is rich of the Egyptian. Egypt have the pyramids. Egypt have the Luxor. We have the resort on the Red Sea. We will continue. I believe that the current situation will change completely, maybe with a couple of weeks. I don't want to say months, because the European will understand what's going on. We know each other very well, and we know that tourism would like to come back, but let's wait till the couple of weeks. And I think the situation will be better, and they will understand that this is the wish of the Egyptian people. Of course, the economy is affected by that, but this is part of the operation we're passing by these days, yes.
Sir, we can say that it all started after the 25th of January revolution in 2011. Ever since, the performance of the tourism sector has been fluctuating indeed. It's very sensible to any events that take place on the ground here. I mean, security issues, instability, attacks.
Yes, it's all affected the tourism very bad. I agree totally with you. The area on the Red Sea coast and the resort is doing fine actually. Yes, it's more stable than the area Cairo, Luxor, Aswan, Upper Egypt, the Oasis. This area is definitely affected very, very bad. But I think what we are coming for in the future will be much, much better. Now we see more stability and more in the street. I mean, of course, we have Rabaa, we have Nahda, they already have been left. This was one of the main issues affecting the business very, very bad. But not only me actually, we believe that with the current government, we'll be able to return security back to all Egypt, not only part of it. I hope also the other party understand that this is for the benefit of the whole Egyptian, including the people who accepted or against what happened on the change on the June 30. And we all as an Egyptian have to work together as one team for the benefit of our future, for the benefit of our economy, which is suffering very, very bad actually.
Mr. Ahmed, to what extent the stances of many countries in the world could affect the number of tourists arriving to Egypt? For example, the Western countries, the European, the American tourists, the number of them could be affected by the stances of their governments regarding the situation and the recent political developments taking place in Egypt.
Yes, it's of course affected because there's a lot of countries have been putting a condition of visiting Egypt. But in the meantime, the Ministry of Tourism, the Association of Tourism are working hard to open a new market like Far East. We actually, with the coming days, we have in Vietnam, actually. It's going there to get tourism. Of course, it's not comparing with the number we get from Europe at the main marketing and the oldest market we have. But with the politics issue, with the tourism industrial business people, we are working together to return back that. They all understand. And from here, actually, I just want to send an invitation to everybody and asking all the Egyptians to open the door and send the invitation to everybody, friends they know. Either they're working in Europe, in Arab country, in the state, wherever they are. Send them an invitation, tell them, come, spend your holiday in Egypt. And I think with the number we have reached during the June 30 to have these millions on the street. If we had the same sending mails and invitation to millions abroad, this will make difference. And we already have that experience now.
Sir, over the past 2 years and a half, we've seen several initiatives and campaigns in a bid to help this sector recover and a bit to give it a new boost and impetus. To what extent do you think that those initiatives and campaigns have been successful, or have they been successful in any way?
Well, let me divide it to two parts.
Okay.
The current situation, or the situation which happened after that campaign, or was it well organized or not? Well, the campaign actually was well organized, and this is the job of which we have to do. We have to keep going. We cannot stop after one. But actually, what happened was so fast, one after the other, but we will not give up. We have to continue. And we cannot also wait, like to say, let's wait till all this happen and then we start having the campaign again. We don't know when it stops, because we don't know what is the other partner planning to do. So actually, you know, it's not only now politics, it's also the current situation in the whole Middle East. It's affecting the whole region, actually. We see what's happening in Syria and Lebanon and so on. So, but campaign have to be continuous, marketing have to be continuous. We have to keep going. We are talking about the second main source of the economy. We are talking the main source of foreign currency. We are talking about more than 5 million people working in tourism industry. This is a lot of a big number. Yes.
Can we say that the domestic and Arab tourism could be the quick answer to the decline in the tourism and the flow of the tourists from abroad, from the Western countries? Can we say that now the Egyptian and Arab tourists could replace the foreign tourists for the time being, the huge amount?
Yeah, that's this is the number one, I believe, so to start with. Yes, we need a campaign to everybody to tell their friends in the Arab country, come on, that's safe. We are, yes, it's really, Egypt is safe now. I'm sending from here to everybody. We have friends coming abroad. We have tourism traveling started in Cairo nowadays. Of course,